You're a spy. She was brilliant, erratic, cursed, an anti-personnel mind in human form. Her friends called her Herschel, but for her controllers, she was Cascade.
Your name and your cryptonym. A dead limb twitches.
The abandoning kind. One by one, she watched her friends go out like distant lights. Portofino 91, the whole sick crew, a disaster untold, the black page in the official records.
The memory hums, an exposed wire.
Reports of how it went down remain contested, inconclusive. All that's certain, it began with a phone call and ended with 6 spies lost. Some say she blew the network herself. Others blame structural factors or transnational capital. The rest just shake their heads as they look down on the smashed and leaking world. She was recalled. They put her in the freezer. Forever, most thought. Even in those dark days, there were whispers among the lower sub-levels, where they keep the true believers. Don't count Cascade out. 5 years passed. A little more of the world leaked out of itself. Cascade's controllers ordered her back to Portofino. It wasn't your friends. It was me. There's a new assignment, Cascade. I was supposed to give you the brief. Right here, in an armchair in a safe house above a 24-hour photo shop in the city-state of Portofino. No one special, just an arm-like sack of cytoplasm, a special move unique to single-cell organisms. But before that, I was like you, a spy for the People's Republics. One of the varieties of mankind. This is a dangerous place, Cascade. I should never have come. It will take many meetings and many, many documents to determine who's responsible for what happened to me. On the plus side, I no longer have to worry about the independent thought or movement.
This was the human game, and he played it poorly. Time to give up his seat.
Don't blame yourself, operant. Whatever happens has already happened.
Splayed on the chair before you is a man, approximately mid-30s. His chest rises and falls in steady rhythm as he stares beyond you, unblinking. Alive, yet not alive. A pair of headphones have slipped partway off his head, connected to a stereo system beside him. No response. His eyes are still fixed glassily on the ceiling. The pupils quiver like a failing heartbeat. Cream paint, peeling slightly. A small room in a city past its prime. Nothing to suggest why the man is so interested in it. You get no response. No flinch, no twitch. As you stare down at him, the man begins to draw. Your fingers detect a low, steady hum where jaw meets neck, elevated. What that means about his deeper condition, you cannot say. When in theatre, an operant must always prepare to be assassinated. Of course, it is better not to be killed. Would be easier to confirm if you could find a note, or at least a method. If so, it's nothing to do with you. Probably. The man's eyes glisten. Bright red veins blossom around their edges. He could be cursing your name or chanting absolution. It's impossible to tell. However he ended up like this, the result is the same. Operant down.
Following the cord from the unconscious man's headphones, you come...
Through the translucent view panel, you see a single red disc loaded in place. On the you don't recognize the artist. So is the disc, ready to spin. The chunky button makes a satisfying little The plastic latch clicks into place, and the discus begins to turn. You know because the spindle is rotating, though the speakers don't produce any sound at all. The kitchen light hums and splinters momentarily. No sound, save the thin layer of static that lines the inner cable. Amateur wire work. Or do you? You can't tell. The silence is being overtaken by a different silence, like the slow darkening of night. This new silence seeps into every corner of your body, loosening fixtures, rattling drawers, seeing what will come with it. There is still no sound, but in your mind an image forms of a blasted heath, a smouldering circle at its center. Your mind blanks, the power grid ravaged by an unseen, faraway storm. The same day you were just living. A second-floor studio apartment above the Photo 24 while you wait film lab on Northern. Slowly, you return to yourself. The apartment looks the same, just about. The static quiets as you reset the volume. A great relief shivers through you. A brief internal hum. Then the disc slides halfway out of the machine and waits there, like it's trying to hide from you. You remove the red disc and place it into your pocket. Crimson flashes within its casing as the disc picks up speed. No sound. Amateur wire work. It doesn't appear to be. The disc, an artifact of no substance onto which nothing of Or do you? You can't tell. The static quiets as you reset the volume. A great relief shivers through you. A brief intern. You remove the red disc. This small table has been turned into a makeshift. In the Operant Bureau's elaborate filing system, a small label in the top left corner is printed with one word. Your cryptonym, Cascade. The colour reminds you of pomegranate. It screams danger, not for human consumption. Your hand hesitates. The folder opens with a whoosh. Before you, in neat monospace type, name Wilk Herschel, cryptonym Cascade. Born Landau, former Republic of Mercia. Dependents, none. Pay class D2. Years of service, 14. According to the opera's remembrances, raw facts are the totality of your being. There's another page behind this one. It's labelled Service History. A tingle in your fingers. Your head grows lighter as you approach the crash site. You pick up the phone. The handset vibrates in your palm. Before you even finish speaking the word, the device connected to your phone base splits it into 256,000 encrypted fragments. Half a world away, a familiar voice splits into a corresponding number of fragments before coalescing again by your ear.
Please tell me you have good news.
The voice of authority, otherwise known as your controller. It's your double she's expecting. Let's not disappoint her.
Operant, you made it. Your voice hasn't changed.
Her voice is just as you remember.
We'll get to catch-ups later. Put pseudopod on the line.
You glance over at the man in the chair. A snail's trail of dried saliva glints on the side of his chin. You feel your mind starting to spin up. 5,000 revolutions per minute. It takes all your concentration to keep the receiver steady against your ear. For a moment, no one says anything. There's no sound at all, save for the blood in your ear and the electrostatic hum of the ultra-long distance connection.
Has he been zeroed out?
Meaning eliminated, killed, rendered inoperant. The language of distance, a measure of cotton to muffle the fear. Heavy words, words that set machinery in motion.
Very odd. Why would he be listening to a blank disc? Probably a manufacturing defect. I don't see how a disc could have anything to do with Pseudopod's condition. Are you implying that he succumbed to some kind of...
reactionary misadventure? Autoerotic obliteration? Tsunami of self-love?
That's not a theory. It's a bad joke. I'll ask one more time. Is your double zeroed out.
You must speak the word. She cannot make the... Once you say it, there's no going back. The momentum of events will overtake you.
Right. I wonder which it is. Have our enemies blown us up already? Or is this just another day at the basement massage parlor of spy services? Fucking hell.
She's wondering how long till she can have a drink. Treacly liqueur from a can. It's been several hours since her last.
The opera's going to hang me by the toes. For you, it's back to Satellite Facility B.
AKA the freezer, where the old, useless and discredited are consigned until they're dismissed or die of despair. The freezer. Shiver. Resist.
Listen to me. This assignment is over. Effective immediately.
Over. Immediately. The words ricochet inside your skull.
The woman in the Photoshop downstairs, Constance. She's one of ours. Let her deal with pseudopod.
Middle-aged woman, dark hair behind the counter. You exchanged a few words when she gave you the key.
Do not tell her anything she doesn't need to know. As for you, we need to get you on the next aerotram out of the city.
The room remains to be searched. There may be leads to follow up on. They won't be expecting you back in the People's Republics for several days. Plenty of time for some self-directed espionage. There's only one possible
Simulation. That's a new one.
Precisely what the facilitator of a simulation would be required to say.
I've never asked you for any such thing. There should still be flights departing for Superblock territory tonight. Make sure you're on one of them. That's great, because you're not actually supposed to do anything. This assignment is over. Get on the next tram. If what you're saying is true, enemies abound. Don't get yourself zeroed out.
A click, and the line goes dead.
Easy, lady. I just want to develop some photographs. I'm not trying to take your innocence. You have a wild imagination. A little photo should not count as a crime. It's not like it's a loaded gun or something. Stark realities that prevent me from pursuing my interests. Also racism, maybe. Very well. Photo 24 can have this round. Thank you for this extreme stress I'll now carry through my day.
It's that little amber light. It means out of order, and I haven't been able to get it to green, meaning in order.
Just looking at that thing causes you to take psychic damage. Best stay away.
Pseudopod assured me this machine was a vital tool of communication, as precious to our work as the magic box we installed on your room phone. That's precisely the problem. I don't want anything to do with it either. You've received all sorts of technical training, I presume. I would think getting a little light to turn green should be well within your powers. Oh, just one thing. How have we done? Will Pseudopod be getting that service medal? I'm thrilled to hear it. He's earned it, no question. much better, thank you.
Finally, someone with courtesy. Do you know when the 9 is coming?
A handsome man shifts in place, glancing over his shoulder toward the tram lines.
Strange. I thought I saw you get off that very tram just a few hours ago. What a curious occurrence. In any case, you're out of luck, as there won't be another for several hours yet. I did see a man like that some days ago, I think. Near the bazaar.
Our sleeping brother.
No, he was alone. Why do you ask? I guess we share the same fate.
The man turns back to his suitcases. You keep walking. You hear laughter and music. You can still make out the lower half of the words "SL free" sticking out on the brick beneath. Sniff. Get the smells. The old factory is mangy with past identities. An archaeological record of portofear and tough. It has been many things over its lifetime. For now, it is the silk factory was once the pride and lifeblood of Portofino. Whoever occupies it occupies the city's soul, even in ruin. Your special asset, said Pseudopod had gone to interview the vendors. He must have left some impression for you to pick up. You also have the red disc from the stereo system. You could seek out a media vendor to assess it.
The fire exit stands conspicuously ajar. Someone has wedged it open with a ball. Wrong. Ball wants to play, not wedge.
Nobody is paying any particular attention to the door, or seems close enough to care. Suspiciously nonchalant. They're just going about their days. It's a pelota ball, the local variation of handball. Pelota balls are not designed for use as doorstops. Someone has elevated this ball to contraption status. An affront to workers' safety. Confine it to the gulag of the pocket. It's just a ball in a door. A shortcut. But whose? A hallway. It's just a fire exit. A fine place to hide in a moment of crisis. Marked and remembered. No, it's a trap. Must be destroyed. You emerge into the dark insides of a deceased mechanical beast. The only light comes from above a set of steel stairs, which you alight carefully, gripping the cold railing. The fire exit remains ajar, full wet. The tableau stays on.
Off-brand drivers, cheap plastic housing. Mass-produced excrement. These animals pleasure themselves in it. That's right. We are quite a ways from you buying something, my friend.
You see this? Each one guaranteed for 10,000 replays. Obscene.
No. I'm talking about cultural ephemera. Every day, I come out here to share the joy of rare media with discerning customers. And instead, every day, they shove my face in the dog bowl of ignorance and banality. Evidently, you're another one. I'll prepare the bowl. Recent sales have been better than projected, unfortunately. The result? A daily procession of zombified replayers. Like you. Go ahead, browse away. My name's Petre. If you need anything, I'll be here, lamenting what's left of the culture. Strange how? Format or content?
He takes the disc warily.
An Einzelton XR. Where did you get this? Einzelton hasn't been available to regular consumers for a decade. A disc in good condition is worth thousands of sol to people who appreciate its wonders.
Specialists, collectors of the rare and the defunct. People like him, in other words.
The apex of auditory technology. A high-fidelity yet dynamic sonic experience that self-effaces after a single play.
You played it? Filthy animals. Those.
Better they recalled them all years ago. Better a mass manufacturing fault than this, to save them from this humiliation from being passed around like...
A light switch flips off in his eyes. He handles it as reverently as if it were a tiny plastic coffin.
I'm sorry. You seem to have misunderstood my soliloquy. It's done. No mass. The beauty and the tragedy of the format. I hope you dispose of it with dignity. I think a private ceremony would be most appropriate.
The vendor's eyes narrow behind his orange.
This is a media store, not the missing persons division. Bother one of the GMs with questions like that. I try. So most of humanity fades into an indistinguishable morass of banality. This colleague, what does he look like? The sock boy. Dialectical-looking glasses, air of advanced virginity. Yes, he came by here. Little commune is lost, adrift among the many wonders of the free market. He was dreaming big, I'll give him that. Also dreaming moronic. Your dialectical friend mistook himself for some sort of big money businessman. He wanted the bazaar to import superblock hosiery. Socks to start with, but there was talk of cotton tights, even stockings if the venture took off. No. And to be honest, I wouldn't have wasted the stock. He seemed immune to music. You're joking, of course. He didn't even know what a velo disc was, let alone an Einzelton. At a certain point, I'm just debasing myself. Of course not. I don't sell socks. So is he all right, your man? Or what? Yes, yes. We are all so well intended. I'll be blunt. Are you with a weeping eye? Because they've been especially active here recently. Usually they just let things slide. All the Lucian merchandise. Good for everyone. But these days, they're staring right at us. Unblinking. Keep them. If things get too hot, I can always slit my wrists with a shard of Velodis before they take me down. My point is, your colleague was asking questions. Now, something's obviously happened, and here you are, also asking questions. Given the current climate, no one wants to answer these questions, least of all, me. I'll tell you what I told your sock friend. Speak to the boatman down by the West docks. He's the one who knows the underground goings-on around here. We're just the cool one. Excessive sunglasses. Relaxed aura, likely on a boat. No way of confusing him. Wonderful. Now for all our sakes, please say no more. If you want to talk media formats, I'm your man. This other stuff... maybe not. The bazaar is closing up soon. Another day, another cultural molestation.
man gives no indication of registering your presence as you approach. His mirrored sunglasses. He'll have a talk with the vendors later today. Affirm what? He's genuinely perplexed. The storefront is closed firm with a metal Carl was here. M plus Y. Carl. You lift the shutter gently. It resists. Locked. Around you, scattered pairs of eyes watch as you jiggle the shutter. Too many people around for a break-in. Come back at night, or find another entry. You turn away from the The steel door to Tempo's office is before you. Faint oxidation halos bloom across it. It's locked. Still locked, somewhat inevitably. Then stop being so polite. Silence from the up below you. The social static of the bazaar muffled by distance. You get no answer. No, but you get an impression of the room. A brief tremor runs through the metal. Humans dominate doors every day. Oh, this one. Stop. Don't enter. Don't break this seal. This doesn't have to be yours. Decaying rectangle with limited movement. Kill. The frame screams in protest, then concedes as you fling the door back. A layer of dust covers the desk, along with a grey notebook, an electronic terminal, and a golden photo frame. Next to the frame is an eye with a long single teardrop, shaped out of a fine white powder, the unmistakable symbol of the weeping eye, the secret police of Lelou's. It's soft and ringed. The word accounts is written across the top in black mark. A thicket of serial numbers, dates, columns and rows cover the pages, top to bottom, along with shorthand references to accounts, both incomes and outgoings. As you flip through, two sets of handwriting emerge from the sheets. One matches the title Accounts on the front, while the other is tidier and appears only in the very... The first set of handwriting dates back years, a sloppy all capitals which must belong to Tempo. The second, newer set, appearing about a week ago, is an elaborate looping cursive. Some of the eyes have hearts instead of dots. Boring, boring, boring. A list of names, titles and compensation. One of the rows has been firmly crossed out, and payments seem to have stopped a few weeks ago. Ignatz. Rent, utilities and other minor operating costs, including travel. Multiple instances of round-trip tickets between Portofino and Acuerda Lelou's. You avert your gaze. The pale screen reads Miwa Terminal Model 4 and displays a directory. The crying powder eye stares at you. It's either a warning related to the world historical information you hear. The dial is somewhere between yet. As you turn the frame around, dust falls and a blade of light momentarily obliterates the row of faces presented. Cutting straight to our heart. Fuck. Rising from the damp cellars of regret. Taxman. Estoc. Virtue. Radiant. Kindred. Holocene. Known to the opera as the whole sick crew. Unknown to you as those friends you left to die. You abandoned them. They were counting on you, but you only thought of yourself. You scared, selfish little cunt. Do you smell the crippling failure oozing from your skin? Do you feel the secret knowledge of your aching shame pulsing in your skull? You slip the photo out of the frame, into your pocket. Yes. You turn from the desk. You step to the window. You gather up your sleeve and exhale onto the window, where you wipe off the stain, leaving a section of clearish. Across the canal is the district of Lower Vudas, a haggling mess of slums, continually sprouting. A cross-section of the city would be a cliff face, stacked with evidence of floods, political tides, and fossils of forgotten hardware. Nighttime finds the bazaar nearly empty. You observe a few teenagers. Known to the opera as the Whole Sick Crew.
Welcome to the violent canvas that we call society.